Hello everybody and welcome to this episode of the Spacepunk Era. In today's episode I want to talk about orbital physics and why spaceships do not act anything like they do in Hollywood movies. So basically, although popular inaccurate sci-fi wants you to believe that that you have to travel really far away from a planet to be in space, that's not true at all. The truth is that although you're actually pretty close to the planet or like whatever it is you're orbiting, but you are going so fast in what I call sideways, that you simply don't fall down. So basically, an orbit is just a clever way of flying and not falling down. And because of that, because you're being pulled down towards the planet by gravity, and because you're going sideways by your own speed, I guess, which you build up, then you basically end up going around in a circle. And that's all orbits are circular. There is no getting around that unless you, literally are constantly have your engines running in order to stop that. But you'll run out of fuel eventually, or propellant technically, but I'll tell you what about the differences in another episode. And the orbits, there are lots of different types of orbits. Like this is a low orbit. Like my spaceship is currently in a low orbit. The moon is in a pretty high orbit, and Minmus is in an even higher orbit. The difference between orbits, it's a bit like lanes in a motorway, or freeway if you're American. But basically, like inner lanes, which are closer to, in this case, curbing, are faster than lanes which are further out orbits. So like a low orbit is basically low orbit is literally the inside lane, the one that's closest to the middle and the fastest. The moon is in a further out lane, which is fairly slow, fairly far away. Then there's Minmus, which is basically in outside lane. It's almost as far away as it's possible to get from curbing, and it's basically going as slow as it can. And changing, a higher orbits are slower. That's something people it can be a bit hard to grasp, especially when, in order to change orbits, you actually need to go faster. Like so, let me demonstrate by activating my spaceship's engine. Okay, so I've changed my orbit now, so compared to this vessel, I'm currently going a lot faster. But now I'm in an elliptical orbit, which is a special kind of orbit where it's basically like an elliptical orbit is basically like a transfer between an outer lane and an inner one. So that's mainly what elliptical orbits are used for, transferring between lower and higher orbits. And as you can see now, since I'm going further away from Kerbin, my vessel is slowing down. I mean, I was originally faster than this vessel, but now I'm significantly slower, but also significantly further away. Now I'm going to activate my engines and do a bit more. Then I will... Yep, so now I'm in a higher circular orbit and I'm travelling slower than the spaceship in this lower, faster orbit. And further away your orbit is, the slower you are, closer is faster. And that this works on any scale, even interplanetary. It's like if we look at Moho, then it's then it's travelling very fast and it's relatively close to the Sun, compared to Eve, which is significantly further away, but also travelling significantly slower. And then there is Kerbin, and there's Kerbin, which is even further out than Eve, but travelling slower. The same goes for Duna. It's like any planet, anything really. Like if you're orbiting something, then being close to it means you're going faster, and being further out means you're going slower. Because you're going faster, lower orbits, which are closer, have shorter periods, and a period of an orbit is basically the time it takes you to go round once. Or rather, to be more precise, the time it takes to get from any point to the same point in that orbit. Most low Kerbin orbits have an orbital period of about half an hour. In real life, low Earth orbits usually have an orbital period of about 90 minutes or an hour and a half, which is similar, which is actually basically the same as the one I'm in now. So yeah, that's a basic guide to orbits. And now I hope you understand why spaceships are different from Hollywood movies and why most sci-fi is stupid. Anyway, that is all for now. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment down in the comment section. Anyway, that's all for now. Goodbye and see you in the next one.